What's good, my people? Godfrey here at Boxing Redeemed, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It's fight week, guys. Fight week. We've got Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk this Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. I think it's going to be a massive biggest fight of this year. I have to say, it's the biggest fight of this year. If you don't know, this is the second time round that they're coming head to head, and but you know what, I'm buzzing. I think it's a tough fight for both fighters once again, and can't wait. But let's just get right into it. Anthony Joshua, Oleksandr Usyk, they're coming head to head for the second time round. Many know that obviously Oleksandr Usyk won the first time round, and to be fair, I think Anthony Joshua got a lot of criticism with how he approached the first time, and I don't think he done so badly. I really don't. I definitely didn't agree with the game plan, but before I get into that, I just want to actually firstly ask how you think this fight is going to turn out this Saturday. I think it's a great fight. That's an absolute great fight. But you know what? I want to get into the fight the first time. I think you know what? I'll go into how I had it. And personally, for me, you know, it was close. It was closer than what people said it was. You know, I had Anthony Joshua winning 4. Usyk winning 8, but going into the 9th round, I actually had it 4 each. So I gave Anthony Joshua 4 rounds and Usyk 4 rounds by the time we were going into the 9th. So it was a draw at that time. You know, going to the 9th, it was close. It was 4 each. I actually gave Usyk the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd round, and then I had AJ winning the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th, and then Usyk winning the 7th. AJ winning the 8th, and then Usyk winning from round 9 to round 12. So you could say that it was close up until the 9th round. Really, Usyk just pretty much picked up the pace from round 9 and pretty much, you know, won all those rounds. So it was a difficult fight for both, and I think this is going to be a lot harder fight for Usyk this time round. But I think AJ gets a lot of criticism, probably a lot of stick, to be honest. You know, at the end of the day, he's not just and he's not a nobody. You know, we have to look back and say, look, he's done a lot in his heavyweight career. You know, he's won pretty much most of the belts in the heavyweight division. He's also a gold medalist as well. So look, he's a good, very good heavyweight boxer. Let's just admit it. You know, he's really good. So I don't know how you guys had it, how you guys scored it the first time round, you know, but I had it 8-4 in favor of Usyk. So it was a strange one because Usyk, especially in this fight, he normally approaches the fight quite slow. You know, many of you, if we watched the fight against Tony Bellew, Usyk, Tony Bellew was actually winning, in my opinion anyway, the first couple of rounds, and then, you know, Usyk started off finishing strong. The same goes with Derek Chisora. He started really slow and then finished off strong against Chisora. So he's not the fastest of starters, but what I found strange was that he started quite quickly against AJ, you know, winning the first couple of rounds. So it was a strange one, and I think it was probably to get the mental edge over Anthony Joshua. I think it was to almost show others, especially the public, because the public at the time thought, you know, Anthony Joshua is pretty much just gonna, you know, win against Usyk quite easily. He's the bigger man, he's a stronger man, he's aggressive, he's the powerful man, so he's just gonna walk through Usyk. But that didn't happen. And I think Usyk started fast, I think, to show the public that, look, you know, I'm not just any man, you know, I'm Oleksandr Usyk. And I think that gave him the mental edge over Anthony Joshua. So it was a bit of a strange one. Anthony Joshua, I would say, doesn't necessarily normally starts too fast, nor does he start nor does he normally start too slow either. I think he actually has a decent pace. I think he has a good pace, you know. I personally do think that. I think it's one of those things where, you know, he can be quite balanced in the way he approaches the way he approaches the rounds. It was one of those things where you know, Usyk obviously came out on top, but AJ had to go back to the drawing board and see what he can do the second time round, which comes and has fully and quickly approached this Saturday. So let's see how it goes. But firstly, I actually want to discuss the game plan the first time round. You know, it's one of those things where it was very different. It was very different. So what did you guys think of that game plan the first time round? Like, if you're a heavy, you know, a hardcore boxing fan and you're into the game plans and how certain fighters approach certain fights, what did you guys think of it? You know, please obviously comment your opinion below on the comment section below of this video. But yeah, that's what I want to discuss anyway. You know, I'm a big campaigner of Styles Make Fights. I've actually written an article on Styles Make Fights. I'll put a link below. I think, you know, boxing has evolved based upon that, and it's normally the reason why people watch fights is the particular style each fighter has. So yeah, you know, I will list the link below, but you know, I actually want to just, you know, cut to the chase and let's just get to it. Game plan. And for me is, was it the correct game plan? Was it the correct game plan? Did Ron McCracken, you know, execute the correct game plan for AJ that night? But before I even answer that question, I think we have to firstly understand what a good game plan is. You know, how do we determine a good game plan? And I think normally it comes down to two things. Firstly, does the game plan complement your style? And secondly, does the game plan take away your opponent's strengths? You know, those two things are essential for a good game plan, in my opinion anyway. I think that's the only way. And personally, for me, it's one of those things where, you know, if you're going to have a good game plan, you have to be effective. And you know, I'll give you an example. For like, if we looked at Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz the first time round, not even the first time, the second time round, sorry. If we ask the two questions for AJ, did that game plan take away? No, let's start with the other question. Did that game plan complement his style? And I will have to say no. I don't think it did. You know, he almost went back to the Olympic style, up and down, jumpy, you know, in and out. And it's not normally how he fights. It's not the style he's normally used to. He's normally front foot, forward, coming forward, throwing in combinations and trading with his opponent. So it didn't complement his style because of that. And secondly, it didn't complement his style as well because, you know, we know Anthony Joshua has a lot of muscle on him, so it means that he needs more stamina. So there's a lot more energy that he needs to utilize. So one, it didn't complement his style, but secondly, did it take away his opponent's strength? Did it take away Andy Ruiz's strength? And I have to say yes, it did, because we know Andy Ruiz, he loves to trade. He loves to come in and trade, but he has quick hands and slow feet. So he couldn't get inside early. He couldn't literally create any combinations early. He couldn't create any combination on the inside at all because Anthony Joshua wouldn't allow him. He would literally just be in and out. He wouldn't even try to trade with him at all. So this is the thing, you know, it can work. Game plans can work. So you don't necessarily have to have a yes to both questions in order to have a successful game plan. So if we get to the Oleksandr and AJ fight and ask those questions, did it complement AJ's style? No, it didn't, because it's not normally how he fights. Single shots, pot shots, not sitting on his shots at all whatsoever. It's not what he's used to. It's not normally how he fights. I've never seen him throw pot shots or single shots. You know, he wasn't sitting on his shots at all whatsoever. Whereas, did it take away Oleksandr Usyk's strength? Again, no, it didn't. It didn't. I think it even made it worse. I think it made it even easier for Usyk. So, you know, he was still able to do the exact same thing he does, dance around him, and you're not gonna outbox Usyk. You know, Usyk is a splendid boxer, so you know it's not gonna happen. It's definitely not gonna happen. So, for me, you have to ask the question whether that execution, does it justify him changing trainers? And I think it does. I think it does, definitely. I think it definitely does, because you know, if you're allowing your boxer if you're allowing your boxer to have a game plan that does not complement your style, you're basically taking away everything that he knows and getting him to execute that game plan. And if it's not executed, I think it justifies it. You know, I'm a football fan. I'm a football fan as well. I'm not necessarily going to say what team I support for, you know, protection reasons. But you know, if for example Pep Guardiola decided to put I was about to say Eric Ten Hag, you know, if Pep Guardiola put Kevin De Bruyne up front, you know, if he was forward in the Champions League final and they lost, trust me, like, everyone's going to point the finger at Pep and be like, you know, why did you end up doing that? And the same goes for boxing. You know, if you take away if you take away the style from your boxer in order to execute a certain game plan to beat another boxer, and it doesn't work, then trust me, you're going to get a lot of backlash on it. You know, for example, if the game plan did complement his style and he lost, then what people will say, well, that's normally how he fights. It's normally, you know, how he normally fights anyway. So that wouldn't necessarily justify him changing trainers, in my opinion. He can probably add to his team, but I don't think that would justify to change trainers. But for a trainer to take away your strength, to take away your strength, your style, how you normally fight, yeah, I think he can. So I don't know if you would agree. Let me know. But you know, we have to get to the trainer now, Robert Garcia, and Robert Garcia is his new trainer. Angel Fernandez currently his assistant trainer. At the moment, and you know, he's got Robert Garcia as head coach. Was it a good decision? I think so. I think it was. You know, if we look at his resume, Robert Garcia's resume, his coaching resume, he's currently coaching at the moment Jesse Bam Rodriguez, sick top fighter. I love him. He's also previously trained Maidana, Antonio Margarito, Victor Ortiz, Fernando Vargas, Nonito Donaire, Aguirre, Marky Garcia. These are top fighters, really, really good fighters. He was actually voted. He was also voted the Trainer of the Year in 2011 by Ring Magazine. So look, there's no secret. He's a great coach. He's got great pedigree. And you can see if he goes head to head with other coaches, he's a force to be reckoned with. It's really hard to even match his resume with others in terms of the fighters that he's coached. So now, you know, credit to him. Definitely credit to him. So for me, you know, it's one of those things where will this trainer make a difference? And I think he will. I think he makes all the difference. I definitely do. I think he's one of the trainers that is very, very good, especially in this stage of AJ's career. I think it's going to complement his style a lot this time round, and I think he's going. I think we're going to see a dangerous Anthony Joshua. I really do. You know, so look, there's no secret how they're going to get Anthony Joshua to approach this fight. There's no secret that he's going to be aggressive. He's going to be aggressive, and I think he's going to try and get him out of there. I think that's how he's going to approach the fight, in my opinion. And probably won't allow Usyk to dance around him. So let's see. There's a lot of questions. I actually saw a few comments. You know, I'm obviously on Twitter. He actually did a few interviews. He went and said, I need adjustments to deal with a southpaw, because to me these lefties are a nightmare. I swear, if Oleksandr wasn't a lefty, I would have smoked him 100%. I don't know, man. I don't know about that comment, really, to be fair. I understand what he's trying to say, but he is a lefty, and southpaw, yeah, they are very, very difficult. But I don't think you can really use that argument to say you would have got him out of there if he wasn't a lefty. Would he have approached the same? Would he have the same game plan? I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, we haven't seen an Oleksandr Usyk in a heavyweight that would fight orthodox and be as good as him when it comes to feet movement and awkwardness. So, you know, it's difficult. It's really, really difficult to say. He went on to say as well, and he said, "It sounds crazy, but I'm not going to lie. My objective was never to hurt him. My aim was to go the full 12 and prove I could box as well as he does, but I didn't work hard enough to prepare for a 12-round fight at that pace." Well, to be fair, I saw it. I saw the way he approached the fight. I didn't think... Well, it's hard to say that whether his style was gonna... I mean, the way he executed that game plan was supposed to take him to 12 rounds. I don't know. But I definitely saw that he was trying to box him, which definitely wasn't the right game plan. So let's see. We know that's not the way he's going to approach the fight. So I'm buzzing anyway for this fight Friday. I'm actually going to be giving my prediction. So stay tuned to Boxing Redeemed. Boom.